Hello, my great 10 charms. Welcome back to Tuition Masters Class 9th and 10th YouTube channel. And today we are here with doing your next chapter from your main reader, that is First Flight. And today we are going to discuss about the prose from the diary of Anne Frank. So you all know that Anne Frank, right? She was a very famous person. You might have read in all your other grades also about her diaries, correct? The main thing was all the things she wrote in the diary, correct? The name of the diary was Kitty. She kept it, right? So Anne Frank. Today also we are going to read one extract, okay? One extract from her diary, okay? From her diary, we are going to read one extract. All right, I'm going to understand about its meaning. All right, so let us start. You might have learned it before also, so let us start with doing this very beautiful chapter. All right, and before starting, make sure to like this video, share with your friends, and subscribe the channel right away. Before starting, we all call that Anne Frank's diary, from the diary of Anne Frank. But what was her real name? Anne was just a nickname. Her real name was Annelise Mary Frank. That was the real name, okay, the full name of Anne Frank, okay. But mostly people like to call her Anne Frank, correct? So let us start. I hope all of you have read this chapter, correct? And now we are going to quickly summarize the full chapter. All right. So in Frank's first diary entry, when did she start writing a diary? When she was 13-year old, Anne Frank was gifted a diary by her father, in which she wrote every day. Her diary, which she named Kitty, was her best friend in loneliness. In her first entry in June 1942, she expressed a desire to confide in the diary with everything that she thought and felt. So what happened is, when Anne Frank was 13 years old, as a birthday gift, her father gave her a diary. Okay, and that diary, she did not have any much good friends. So she was lonely by that time. So her diary became her best friend, and she used to write every day. And she named the diary as Kitty. What she named the best friend's name was Kitty. Her first entry she did in June 1942, important. Her first entry, and she wrote everything what she had thought and felt. She felt that paper had more patience than people. She also thought that her secret would be safer in her diary, as nobody would be interested in the diary of a teenager. So what happened is, she thought that paper are more patient than people. Instead of people listen, okay, yeah, yeah, fine, all right. But paper diaries are more patient, and they do more and more, better things, correct? She said that in the time I'm a teenager, who would be interested in a diary of a teenager? No one will read it, so I can write all my secrets in it, correct? It would be very safe because nobody is going to read her diary, correct? So that is how she started her diary writing, correct? So Anne's childhood, family, and schooling. Anne loved her family. Anne, or Anne, you can say it, okay? Anne loved her family. For her, her father was the most adorable person. So, as you know, she was the daughter, correct? So she loved her father the most, correct? The father was the most adorable, adorable as in the most loving person, okay? The most loving person. She had an older sister, Margot. Okay, they all lived in Frankfurt for some time, but during the Hitler and everything, they were Jewish, so they had to migrate to Holland for refuge. And she was sent to a Montessori nursery school. Okay, and she stayed there until she was 6 years. At her farewell, she and her headmistress, Mrs. Cuperus, had tears in their eyes. So what happened is, the entire structure understand. Father was the most loving person, had a sister named as it was named as Margot. They first lived in Frankfurt, correct? They first lived in Frankfurt, but due to they were Jewish, they had to go to Holland as a refuge, correct? In Holland, she had gone to the Montessori nursery school for 6 years. I mean, till the time she was 6. And when she was about to leave, she and her headmistress, Mrs. Cuperus, had tears in their eyes. Okay, now next, her grandmother's death. Important point. In summer 1941, her grandmother fell ill, severe illness. Okay, and though she was operated upon, she died in Jan 1942. Jan 1942 was the a date when A- Anne Frank's grandmother had died. Her death gave Anne a shock and she did not write her diary in that period. But after that, she wrote again as she thought of her grandmother's love and affection. So basically, when her grandmother died, she was quite sad. Okay, she became very sad, and that's why she stopped writing her diaries also. Okay, she was quite sad and shocked. So that's why she stopped writing diary. But later on, when she got reminded of her grandmother's love, affection towards Anne, so then she started again. All right. Now, talking about the school, the actual chapter starts from here. Why? Because as per your book, before they've given this introduction, now starts the real chapter where we get to know about the diary she wrote. So Anne enjoyed school, but she considered that teachers are the most unpredictable creatures. So you can come in your MCQ for exam. Anne considered teachers as what? They were the most unpredictable creatures. Why? Because she was a good student and had good relationship with all teachers. Okay, she had a little tussle had a little bit hard time with Mr. Keesing, who was her math teacher. Okay, the math teacher, Mr. Keesing, she had a little bit tough time with him. Her talkative nature annoyed him, and he would give her extra homework as punishment. Okay, so there are people who like to talk, right? So in even in your school there would be some people who would like to keep on talking, isn't it? You may be the talkative person, correct? The teachers do not like that. So even Mr. Keesing used to get too much annoyed with that talking, chatting and continuously. So that is why once he asked her to write an essay on the topic a chatterbox. On the topic of a chatterbox, he said to write a letter. Now, sorry, essay. So what happened now? Anne did not know how to write the essay. Now, topic was a chatterbox. How can someone write on a chatterbox? Correct. So she started writing up because of necessity, but continued writing 3 pages for her satisfaction. So what happens? You used thinking, what should I write? Then she wrote about necessity. Why is it necessary to talk and share her feelings? And with that only, for her own pleasure and satisfaction, she wrote more 3 pages. Okay. So she had inherited the trait of talking from her mother, who also used to talk that much. So that was a hereditary thing, she said. Mr. Keesing read Anne's essay in front of the class and laughed at it. So Mr. Keesing also laughed that I gave her such a essay on such a topic, but still she wrote something and gave. He gave another essay as a punishment. He said, "I'll give you one more essay." That was the name. What was it? An incorrigible chatterbox. Incorrigible means you cannot correct it, are incorrectable. Correct. You cannot stop them. Okay. Incorrectable. Chatterbox. And after that, he gave one more topic on the chatterbox that, sorry, on essay, quack, 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 said Mistress Chatterbox. So in total, there were how many? There were 3 essays she had to write. First one, a chatterbox. Second one, an incorrigible chatterbox. And third one, quack, quack, said Mistress Chatterbox. So these are the 3 essays the teacher said and to write. Now, Anne's last essay was Mr. Keesing, the quack quack one, right? So young Anne wanted to write something interesting and different. So, with the help of her friend Sane, she wrote an essay in verse. It was about 3 ducklings going dead because their father duck bit them as they quacked too much. Mr. Keesing took the joke in the right way and did not bother Anne for talking after that incident. And she was not even given any extra homework after that. So, now getting all this essay, she said that no, this I'll do something different. So Anne and Sen, they both were friends. So Sen helped Anne. What did they do? They wrote in a word. They said that there are 3 ducklings, okay, baby ducks. Okay, they were talking too much. They used to quack quack too much. So they were killed by their father. The father ate them because they quacked too much. That was the thing she wrote. Okay, so when Mr. Kissing saw, he understood it's a good joke, and after that, he did not bother, he did not care. Okay, you keep on talking, no problem. And then he did not even give her any extra mark. So basically, this I'm giving you a summary. If you check your textbook, it is written in the form of a diary. This is what Anne Frank has written in her diary. All right, so this is from the diary. Okay, now, with this, in 10 minutes, we completed with the summary of the chapter. Now, let's move towards some extract based questions. Okay, we'll do some extract based questions now. So, first one, let's quickly read it. Writing in the diary is really strange experience of someone like me. Not only because I've never written anything before, but also because it seems to me that later on neither I nor anyone else will be interested in the musings of a 13-year-old schoolgirl. Oh well, it doesn't matter. I feel like writing and I have an even greater need to get all kinds of things off my chest. This is a extract taken from a textbook. Okay. Now the question is, do you think Anne Frank would read her own diary in the coming years? So if you see, if we actually check her future stories or something, she had not written. Why? Because it seems to me that later or neither I nor anyone else will be interested. She said that not me only. What about others? I will also not be interested in reading my diary again. Okay, even in her head, she has mentioned it. Now, stem extract question says which of these statements is true. She believed that she had many important things to say. She thought like other teens, she did not have anything too important to say. Or everyone would want to read her out of the box ideas. So she says, right, I have an even greater need to get all kind of thing off my chest. So she actually thought like other teenagers only, but did not have anything much important. She just wanted to write. Okay, nothing important she had. Okay, so B is the right answer. Next one. Why did Anne want to write? Because she felt like writing, she had feelings, only A or both. So the correct answer both is she even wanted to write and she even wanted to get things off. So yes, both of them are the right answers. Next one. The first line of the extract could be written as writing in a diary is really strange experience for someone like me. So writing in a diary is fulfilling experience, bad experience, unusual, or I love diary writing. So it's obviously unusual because when you do not write anything, you don't have experience. So you would say it's an unusual experience, isn't it? Now let us move towards some short answer questions. All right. So why does Anne want to be friends with Kitty? Why does she choose Kitty over everyone? Who is Kitty? Kitty is not a person, it's the name of her diary, okay? The name of her diary, she kept it Kitty. She used to write dearest Kitty and all, okay? So she says that paper is more patient than human beings. So that's why, right? How will you frame it? Anne wanted to be friends with Kitty because she could actually confide in Kitty, confide, say her secrets and all. Not only did Anne like writing, but she had a lot of feelings she used to express in the diary. She even felt Kitty was better than making other close friends because Kitty was more patient than anyone. Correct. So she said that although it's just a paper, it can't reply me back, but yet it is so patient. I can write whatever it want and it will take in it. Correct. It's more patient rather than any person. Correct. So that's why she chose Kitty over everyone. Next is, was Anne right in saying that teachers are unpredictable? She said, right, that teachers are the most unpredictable creatures on the planet Earth. So, did she say it truly? So basically, Anne was right in the saying. Why? Because most of the teachers are unpredictable. This was especially for our math teacher, was Mr. Keesing, right? She could not predict how he would react to her talking. On other hand, he punished her for talking, okay, and he even gave hilarious topics. It's not like punishment, okay, you do this much pages of homework, you write difficult essays. No. What he did, why was unpredictable? Because he gave a punishment. But what punishment? He gave a topic like chatterbox, incorrigible chatterbox, and quack quack said mistress chatterbox. See, you can understand how teachers are unpredictable. They may punish you, but in a funny way. All right. Next question. If you were to read Anne's diary, what would you find? So, if you ever get a diary, okay, whose diary? Anne Frank's diary. What would you read in it? What would you find? So, basically, Anne's diary was an account what she felt and observed. She used to write it, her feelings and everything. So there are many entries, correct? And encompasses the emotions of a 13-year-old, only a teenager, right, who did not have any real friends. So she had some ideas about life, people, and everything. She wrote only in her diary without telling it to anyone. According to her, the diary had more patience than anyone else. So her diary is nothing but a reflection of her life and of her adolescence and maturity. What all things she went through, her problems and everything, correct? Personally, we know that many of you guys would be thinking that it's personal. Why should we read it? Correct? Why should we read it? No, actually, this chapter, there is too many things. There are many personal things written in the diary, but that's we don't take it because that's wrong to intrude in someone's personal life, isn't it? So that is why that is just an extract of which is something casual, not that personal. It's even extracted. Correct? Let us do some broad questions, important long answer. Discuss the transformation of Mr. Keesing at the hands of Ains Charter. So, how did Mr. Keesing had transformed himself? So Mr. Keesing was an old-fashioned math teacher. He was very strict as well. He didn't allow for much talking in his class, and he would frequently get annoyed when Anne used to talk. Out of his irritation, he gave a essay to read Chatterbox right on this, and justified that this is inherited. Her mother also used to talk. Again, he gave a essay that okay, fine, that is a problem. Now you write an essay on incogable Chatterbox. Then you write an essay on quack quack, said Mrs. Chatterbox. In that one, at the end, Anne wrote in a funny way that the father duck killed the ducklings, okay, as a joke. So Mr. Keesing, he recognized the humor in it, and then he became a good spirited teacher who allowed Anne to talk casually in the class. Okay, so that's how that strict nature converted into lenient way. All right. So let's move to the next and the last question. What can you say about Anne's relationships with the people around her? So basically, she talking about her own parents and all. Her father was the most adorable person. For him, for her father was the most kindest person, and did not have anything remotely negative to say. Grandmother, she was quite attached to the grandmother because when she died, when she passed away, she didn't even wrote during that time, correct? It wasn't just family, she even had good relationship with the teachers also and everything, right? As in the sixth, when she was six, right, and Montessori nursery school, she had attached with the teacher Mrs. Cuperus, right, the headmaster, sorry, headmistress. She when she was leaving, so they both had tears in the eye, correct? Then there was Mr. Keesing also, though he was angry at Anne's chatting habit, but then again it never failed to recognize and appreciate her wit and humor. So yes, Anne had good relationship. She didn't do anything bad with anyone. She was a good person. So with this, a quick and beautiful chapter we have completed with our today's session. Thank you so much for watching today's session, my dear students. So I'll be seeing you very soon in upcoming videos. Make sure to like this video, share with your friends, and subscribe to the channel right away for more such videos. I'll be seeing you soon. Till then, take care and goodbye.